family home and divorce. Sell it or let one spouse keep it. For many divorcing couples, the family home is their largest asset. It is also often their most emotional asset, and that combination can produce bad decisions. A spouse may want to keep the home because of the children, the neighborhood, school boundaries, memories, pride, or fear of starting over. Those concerns are understandable, but the right decision is not always the emotionally satisfying one. The better question is, what outcome protects both parties from unnecessary financial risk? Before deciding anything, the parties need reliable numbers. The home's fair market value, the mortgage payoff, any liens, likely repair and selling costs, and the net equity actually available for division. There are two basic options. The first is to sell. Selling is often the cleanest solution because the mortgage is paid. The equity is divided and both spouses can move forward without remaining tied to the same major asset. It eliminates future disputes over payments, maintenance, taxes, insurance, repairs, listing prices, and refinancing. It also prevents the departing spouse from remaining liable on a mortgage for a home he or she no longer owns. The drawbacks are real. Children may have to move. The parties may lose a favorable interest rate. Selling costs reduce equity, and the market may be poor. But if neither spouse can realistically afford the house alone, selling is usually the responsible choice. Keeping an unaffordable house is not stability. It is delayed financial failure. The second option is for one spouse to keep the house and buy out the other spouse's equity. That may preserve school placement, routines, neighborhood relationships, and continuity for the children. But it works only if the retaining spouse can afford the property on one income and can compensate the other spouse fairly. The buyout might be paid in cash, through a refinance, in installments, or by offsetting other marital assets. Refinancing is often the critical issue. A divorce decree can assign responsibility for the mortgage between the spouses, but it does not rewrite the lender's contract. If both spouses remain on the loan, both may remain liable. That means the decree should usually include a firm refinance deadline and a clear consequence if refinancing fails, typically listing the home for sale. Before agreeing that one spouse will keep the home, both parties should answer hard questions. What is the home truly worth? What is owed? What is the net equity after realistic costs? Can the retaining spouse qualify for refinancing? Can that spouse afford the mortgage, taxes, insurance, utilities, repairs, and maintenance without wishful thinking? How and when will the departing spouse receive the equity buyout? What happens if the refinance does not occur? Parents often say they are keeping the home for the children, but the home is only one part of stability. A parent who is house poor, chronically stressed, and unable to maintain the property may not be creating stability at all. Sometimes a smaller, affordable residence provides more security than clinging to the formal marital home. The house is not a trophy or a symbol. It is an asset and a liability. Wanting it is not enough. The real question is whether keeping it makes financial sense after the divorce is final.